Well, as Confucius say, may you live in interesting times. The governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, has given his resignation speech yesterday. I guess he's going to resign in 14 days. My question is, why don't you resign now? Because a lot can happen in 14 days. But anyway, he talked about, that he was from a different generation, another time. And I understand that. And I get that. And I know he wants to use that as an excuse for his actions, and that's fine. I've got a lot to say on both sides of that coin. I'm not probably going to get into that here. But you see, he grew up in the shitty New York of the 1970s. And that was, that was a time of New York that I also liked, and that was New York that we all knew because, Giuliani came along and made a Disneyland out of it and just kind of, took that ambiance away. And, everybody had, that I don't give a shit attitude. I just go to work, get my check, and that's it. And that's the environment that Cuomo grew up in. And it's well represented in the movie The Taking of Pelham 123 from 1974, starring Robert Shaw and Walter Matthau. And you'll see the different characters in that movie where they don't give a shit about anything. They couldn't care less, this and that, so on and so forth. The women are thrown aside. They don't care. And, they really hyping that all. And, you really see the true Walter Matthau, the Walter Matthau that I knew. He was a good friend of mine, Bill Shallert. And so, I got to see him through Bill. But anyway, Cuomo at that time, he was just a young 16-year-old boy. He was in his forming years at that. And, it just shows that era is gone. I don't know what it is now. With the virus back there, the shutdowns, if it's going back to that, everybody's kind of used to seeing, graffiti on the subways and the cars and the gangs and the dirt and stuff in Times Square with the porn shops and the theaters and all of that, and Giuliani came along and made it a Disneyland. And, back then in the 70s, they had their World Trade Center. Well, that's now gone too. And that's something else. This must be devastating for him right before the 20th anniversary of September 11th. Devastating. And where am I at here in the thing? I'm way past the time. Anyway, with all that, we'll see you in the next clip.